Protestants call us all sorts of names, like tags, mix, or papishes. We call them prods. We might look the same, but we're not. We think very different, you know. Do I have to explain that? Put it to you this way. I'm branded because I'm a Catholic, but then maybe they're branded because they're Protestants.
We must face the fact that the main difference between Northern Ireland and South Africa is the fact that we, the native population, are not black.
I am a Protestant. My husband's a Protestant. My family are all Protestant. I was brought up in a Protestant home. I went to school. It made no difference what anybody was. We had friends who were Catholics and Protestants, very good Catholic friends. I got married. I went into a shop to buy something. Before you'd gone out of the shop, people would say to you, "What are you? Where are you working? What do you do?" They find out your whole background in a week's time. Round there, she's here, she's there, she's a Protestant and whatnot.
Good evening. Tonight we're going to look at a part of our island which for many of us could just as well be 1,000 miles away, or if you like to talk in terms of the space age, on another planet. Across the border which divides our small island live 1.5 million people. They're big and small, hard-working and lazy, angry or hopeful, certain or confused. Tonight in 65, we're going to look at a part of our island which most of us talk a lot about, but we don't know very much about, especially about its complexities, about its heartfelt feelings, and above all, about its concern for the future while remembering the past. In a big world grown small, the desire to understand must go hand in hand with a knowledge of what has to be understood. 700 years or 40 years. Time and history pass by, but it doesn't matter how long, it's the change when it comes that matters, and the change comes seemingly suddenly. Irish people agree that a change has occurred since the Taoiseach, Mr. Lemass, met Prime Minister Captain O'Neill. It's not our purpose in 65 to consider what that change might mean, but we do hope, looking at our programme, that you'll learn more about the situation and more about the difficulties. We in the South must learn more about the Black North, must find out about the realities there, the real people and the real problems. And I think in doing that, we'll learn that we can't put all the people up there in the usual traditional categories.
On the subject of bigotry, I think it's important to try to establish a cause and possibly suggest a remedy rather than instance items of it. Northern Ireland Protestants are afraid of Roman Catholics. Fear is the essential cause of bigotry, and they're afraid that they'll be drawn into a union with the Republic. And this may seem foolish to anybody living in the Republic, but basically the reason for their fear is that the Republic is a church state, and it's the laws of the church are basically the laws of the land. For example, the hierarchy can sometimes exercise influence to overrule Parliament, as in the case of the mother and child scheme. Also, the laws of the church on, for example, birth control and divorce are essentially applied to everybody. As regards Northern Ireland Roman Catholics, I think they're very much less to blame for the situation that exists, because they're reacting to the situation in which they find themselves. They're reacting to their second-class status. Their leaders, on the other hand, I think are to blame. They're well aware, some of them, that it's easier for them if they keep the pot on the boil. For example, they represent the question of state aid to voluntary schools as a kind of anti-Catholic plot. Well, now, so far as I know, President Kennedy's line on that was much the same as that of the Northern Ireland government, and he wasn't an anti-Catholic. As to what can be done about it, I think it's I'm not too optimistic about this, because I think since the basic cause is fear of the Republic, the Republic will have to divorce church and state, and I'm not too happy that that's feasible at all.
I find it very difficult listening to you to place you yourself in the context of Northern Ireland.
Well, I suppose you could describe my religion as agnostic, but again, religion plays such an important part in all our lives here that my background's Protestant. I would imagine a Protestant agnostic, if you like, is different from a Catholic agnostic. Politically, I don't belong to either camp. I would favour socialism. I think the Unionist Party has far too many reactionaries, and I don't think the Catholics have a decent alternative either.